What's going on, guys? This is a video that is going to be an entire gear dump of all the stuff that I am bringing on my backcountry trip to Colorado. So since this is a gear dump video, we can start with everyone's favorite piece of gear, and that's going to be my weapon of choice. This is my Hoyt RX4 Ultra. I've done a few videos on this bow now, and the arrows I'm going to be shooting are these Sirius Apollos 300 spine. They're right at 522 grains with broadheads. The broadhead I'm going to shoot is going to be the Q80 Exodus sweatback blades. I also have a video of that. Click on the link above to check that out. But this is going to be my bow. Feel really comfortable with it. Really happy with the way it shoots and the way it's tuned. So can't wait to bring this out there. And then we can jump into the backpack, what I'm going to be carrying everything in. This is the Stone Glacier 5900. This pack, I used it last year in Wyoming. It was a great pack. I like it. It fits me really well for someone who's got I'm taller, but I also have a shorter torso, and I feel like this fits really well. On the hip belt, I have this little hip belt pouch. This has got some filters for my camera, extra battery, a chapstick, and a spare release. The spare release I'm going to carry with me is going to be that UltraView hinge that I've been shooting a bunch. And then on the other side, I have a Mystery Ranch water bottle pouch. On the chest strap, I have the Peak Design capture clip. That's to hold the camera. But other than that, I mean, this bag fits everything I need. I'm probably going to only go in for 3 days at a time. So this is plenty big enough to carry all my stuff. I am going to run the lid that comes with it, and in the lid I'll pull out the contents of it so you guys can see what I got. All of this stuff is the stuff that I need easy and quick access to. Charging station. This has I don't know how big this is, but it was a cheap Anchor. I don't know how many milliamps it is, but I know I can get a handful of cell phone chargers off of this. I've tried it and I know it works well, so I'm bringing this with me. I have all my cords, an extra set. I have 3 extra AAA batteries for my headlamp. I got a headlamp. This is a black diamond headlamp. I think it was like 50 bucks. It works really well. It has a lock feature so you can lock it so when it's rolling around in your bag it doesn't turn itself on and kill your batteries. That was one of the main reasons why I got these lights, because they have that lock feature. In the top here, in this little pouch, I got a Steri pen. This is the original. This is my preferred means of sanitizing water. The reason why I like this over a true filter is I don't run a bladder in my bag. I find when I run a bladder and I can't see how much water is in the pack, I end up drinking too much of it too soon, and I end up running out of water before the day's over. Where if I can actually see how much I'm drinking in a solid bottle like this, I can better portion my water throughout the day and not get myself into a position where I've run out of water. So I have this. This is a Katadyn Be-Free. I think it's 25 bucks. It screws directly onto this water bladder that I have for a dirty bag. So, TP, both TP and wet wipes. I have a rain fly for my pack. And this is the Sitka pullover. It's not technically part of their rain gear, but it is DWR finished and it does show water really nice. I've used this before on some turkey hunts and I've had no problem staying dry. And last, I have a beanie and some gloves for those chilly mornings and evenings. So they're up here so I don't have to dig through my pack to get them. And that is it for the top pouch. So we touched on water and what I like to use. I run a Nalgene, or this is a GSI Microlight bottle. This is a double insulated bottle like a Yeti, but it's a lot lighter. So if I put hot coffee in here and I only drink half of it and I gotta get going, the other half will stay warm. And then if I put something cold in here like some stream water, it'll stay cool. So it's a nice little little pick-me-up, I guess. If you're too hot and you still have some cold stream water from earlier, that'll taste really good. I am carrying a 3-liter hydro pack. This tucks down real nice. They're very durable. They roll up, and it fits that Catadine Be Free filter. So I can fill this up, and now I have 4 liters of water. Then also, number one thing that I don't want to skimp on is first aid, water, and make sure I have enough food, because those are the things that are going to keep you alive. So I am going to make sure, even though the places I'm going, it looks like it has ample water, I don't know because I haven't been there, and I'd rather have more water to start and find water than not have enough, get out there and not find water. Probably a little overkill, but that's what I'm doing. For food, I am using a jet boil. I think this is the Flash. This is just the standard size jet boil. I have a Sea to Summit spoon. This has all of my daily food, and including my dinners. Pull one of these out. I'm not going to be carrying this as a whole. I'm probably going to carry 3 days at a time. So when I get out there, I will divvy those up, and then when I come back to the truck after a few, replenish. I have one bag of coffee. This has some of these Cloud 9 instant coffees. They taste really good. I got them at TAC. They got turmeric in it, which helps with inflammation. So that's why I have these. I also have some Dark Timber drip coffee. This is 1 day's worth of food minus a dehydrated meal for me. This bag here has got roughly 2,000 to 2,200 calories in it. And it's mostly comprised of Pro Bars, some Skittles, overnight oats that I can put in the bag the night before, so when I wake up, food is ready for me. I do like getting something to eat first thing in the morning. I know some people skip breakfast, but I'm not one of those people. And I have these tortilla wraps that have peanut butter, bacon, and honey in it for lunch. Some electrolyte pouches, some energy chews. Yeah, mostly, it's not too bad, and it weighs just over a pound. And then depending, since all of these are the same, in this bag, this is all my dinners. These, I have some peak refuel meals, which can run upwards of 1,000 calories because the entire pouch is 2 servings. So on days that I have a high energy expenditure and a high calorie burn, I will eat one of these peak refuels. And on the days where I don't, I have some of these Heather's Choice, which are half as many calories, or about 500. I'll eat one of these on a day where I don't have a lot of calorie expenditure burn. I do wear a Whoop. This is a fitness tracker. It kind of gives me an estimate of how many calories I burn throughout the day. Your phone kind of does that if you have if you have your health information punched in. I got a watch that does the same thing. So I can kind of gauge on how many calories I burn and then choose my meal accordingly to replenish my body for the next day. All right, closed worn. This is what I'm going to wear out of the truck into the trail. I'm going to start from the ground up. These are the Crispy Nevada Legends. These are the 200-gram insulated boot. They have been a great boot, so I have absolutely no complaints about these, and I'll continue to run them. I like a full leather boot just for the fact that you can waterproof it, and it's just what I've always worn, so it's comfortable for me. So I do like these, and these are what I'm going to wear. For socks, I am running these are Farm to Feet. They're a local North Carolina company. These are their Trail Damascus, I think they're 3/4 socks. They're like a hiking sock. And then I also run a liner with them. I know for me personally, I know a lot of people can get away with just wearing the sock, but I don't like that. In the years of hiking that I have and the experience that I have, I like to run a liner. For a belt, I have this Marsupial Gear belt. This thing fits really nice. It's low profile, fits under your pack waistband really well. It's got some give and some stretch to it. For underwear, I'm running these Sacks. I like a longer inseam. I wear these a lot at the racetrack, and they do seem to help with any kind of chafing and uncomfortable. Yeah, they cut your balls. For pants, these are the Sitka Traverse pants. I kind of went back and forth. I have these and the Ascent pants. The Ascent pants are a lot lighter, and they're a lot lighter, but they both fit the same and they articulate well for me. And the only reason why I'm not wearing the Ascent pants is because on 2 or 3 of those days it's going to be down into the low 60s, if not lower. So I still haven't quite decided which I'm going to bring. I think I'm going to bring both of them with me and leave one of them in the truck and make a decision when I get there. For top, I'm going to start out with the Core lightweight hoodie. Again, subalpine. This thing is just kind of a do-it-all, go-everywhere base layer piece. It dries really fast and it wicks moisture away from your body to keep you warm. And then on top of that, I'll put the Core heavyweight on for some of those chilly days. And this is what I'll be wearing most of the day, all the time. So we're going to go now to the clothes I'm going to pack, which is going to really bump this clothing system way up and get me down into the lower digits. These are the merino liners that I'm going to carry with me. I think these are just like an REI brand. Those days that it does get chilly, I have these First Light 3/4 merino. This is the thickest merino they have. These are like a late season thermal. So I have this lightweight jacket. This is the mountain jacket. The reason why I have this jacket is that it has the wind stopper in it. And this, for a lightweight piece, this thing breathes really well. So when it is still kind of warm out, not quite really cold where you need to add the insulation layer, but it is windy and that's what's making you cold, this will nip the wind in the butt and keep you warmer by taking away that bite that the wind has. For the insulation pieces, for those cold nights and those cold and chilly mornings, I have these First Light Uncompadre zip-off puffy pants. Yeah, why can't I think of that? But yeah, I have these Uncompadre zip-off puffy pants. These are full zip all the way from top to bottom, so you don't need to take your boots off to get these on or off. That's why I like them. I wore these last year in Wyoming, late season. They were super comfortable. This will also help me increase the R value of my sleeping bag for those chillier nights, because I do run a warmer bag because that is the bag that I have. But this was an easy, like I needed these for the day, and these will also help me and those chilly nights. And for my puffy top, this is a Columbia puffy jacket. Again, got this on a sale somewhere. And it's not exactly the most compact or maybe the most high-tech piece of gear, but I've had this for a few years now, and this thing does keep me really warm. This piece is going to sit there. This is going to be crucial. I wore it again this last year, Wyoming, late season, down into the teens, and it was just fine with all my other layered stuff on. I stayed perfectly warm sitting out there in the wind. Alright, so we can go now into the sleep system I got. I have these sissy sticks. These are my trekking poles. On them, I have some duct tape wrapped around each one just to have it as for an emergencies. But these are going to be the poles for my tent, and I'll pull that out here in a second. And this is everything in here. This is sleeping bag, pad, tent, all of it. This is a Stone Glacier load cell because I don't want my sleeping bag to get wet, and I don't like using a stuff sack. I do have this load cell that I can get everything in, and it does cram down really well. So we'll pull the first thing out. This is the Stone Glacier ULT tarp tent. This is the tarp. The mesh liner, and the vestibule all in one with stakes. It weighs 1 pound 10 ounces. So that was one of the main reasons I got this, is because A, it's light, B, it's versatile. I can run it as either a tarp, I can run it as a tarp and a mesh, so it makes it a 2-wall tent, and then I can run the vestibule on top of that if I need to or want to. But for the modularity of it and the cost of it, it was just as much as a regular 2-person dome tent. It weighs less and it's more versatile, which was more appealing to me. So I can decide how I want to run this. I don't have to run it one way. I can leave pieces at home, etc., and just figure it out as I go. This is another one of those pieces of gear that I kind of have, and in the future I'm going to upgrade, but right now it's just what I have and it works well. This is a North Face sleeping bag. This is from 2004, but this is a 20-degree bag. It's got 930 grams of fill in it, and I don't know what the fill is. I'm assuming it's synthetic fill. So I want to protect this and keep this as dry as possible because it struggles already to keep me warm down into the high 20s. So I need to keep this as dry and as fluffed out as I can to help myself with the insulation. That's why I also have the puffy pants and the puffy jacket to go with it is to bump that R value up. I know in the 30s I can stay okay, but those nights where it's going to be in the 20s, which shows in the forecast, I'm really going to need that puffy gear to help me on this. This is a piece of gear that I'm going to invest in the future, but right now it's what I have. It's what it works. It's 4 pounds, so it's not the lightest bag either, but it's also not the worst. Sleeping pad, I went with the Nebo Alpine Tensor. Another reason why I went with this one, this is not the cheapest, it's not the lightest, but it does have a very high R value rating to it, which will also help me with my sleeping bag. It's kind of just miscellaneous gear. Outdoor research gaiters. Some rain pants that I have that I wear at the racetrack. They're not light. They're not hunting pants, but it's what I have, and it'll keep me dry if I need them to. Bugle tube. Bow repair kit. This will stay in the bow case, but it's got pliers, Allen wrenches, lighters, glue, sight tapes, extra strings and cables from when I changed them. Everything I need to essentially fix my bow. First aid kit. This is another one of those don't skimp gear pieces, and this is another one of those pieces that you should know how to use everything in your first aid kit. I have some medicine in here for me, some Advil, some anti-diarrheal, some anti-nausea stuff, some antibiotics. I have a quick clot system in here. I carry Band-Aids, Neosporin, the basics to get me out of a bad situation. Lighter, Leukotape, a little bit of fire starter. So this is like, if this comes out, I need it. And I know how to use everything in here. And I'm not carrying anything I don't know how to use, because if you get into a bad situation where you need to pull something out you don't know how to use, you're just going to put yourself in a compounded, even worse situation. This is a little pull-out bag, and this pretty much has these spare essentials. This is a Bino adapter to fit on the tripod I got, spare bite and cow call, spare headlamp. This is like a in-the-field bow emergency med kit, D-loop, only the essential Allen wrenches I need, a lighter, and some extra cord to redo my fall-away rest if it were to get broke, spare calls. The last two pieces I got are my kill kit. In this kill kit I have a knife sharpener, 5 game bags, a little bit of electrical tape, 2 Sharpies, a fine tip, and a regular. I know they make the combo one and I need to get one. This is the goat knife. I don't remember which one this is, but I will put the name down below. I do like a fixed blade knife. I've used the interchangeable blade ones before for deer and an elk last year, and I just didn't like it. I like to have a fixed blade that's got some rigidity to it that I can really carve and get around the bones if I need to, and it's easily resharp. What else? Some gloves. I also have paracord and some flagging tape, and that's all here in my kill kit. And when I get out there and I purchase my tag is going to go in here, and it's going to be the first thing right on top underneath the zipper. So when I do pull this out and I have to open it up, the first thing to remind me is my tag's here. Got to punch it, got to wrap it. So this is my kill kit. And then my Bino harness is what I'm going to be wearing all the time. It has wind checker. It has my main release. I have 2 diaphragm calls in here, chapstick. The binos I'm running are these 10x42 Diamondbacks from Vortex. They're a lower entry bino, but they work well for me. I haven't had any problems with them. This is a marsupial gear bino pouch. And on this bino pouch, it comes with 2 tethers, one on each shoulder strap. I do one of the tethers to the binos, and then the other shoulder tether to my rangefinder. Leupold RX Full Draw 4. This has angle compensation in it. I was due for a new one this year, so this is the one I went with. Works really well. It also has the arrow flight calculator, so it'll give you the high point of your arrow's trajectory. So if you need to know if you're going to hit a limb or not, this will give you a good indication if you are or aren't. I also have a Garmin InReach Mini. The unit I'm going to does not have a lot of cell reception, so this is going to be my main line of contact back to the main world and to my wife. So especially going out there by myself, I want to make sure I'm in constant communication so people know where I'm at. But yeah, that is all the gear I'm bringing in terms of hunting gear. I do have some extra stuff that I'm bringing the video with. This is an older GoPro Hero 4 Session, I believe. Yeah, Hero 4 Session. This is a GoPro 7. This is probably going to go on one of my trekking poles. The camera I'm shooting on now is a Sony a7 III, and it's also on a monopod, so those are coming with me. And then in this little pouch, I have microfiber cloth, a little Lume Cube light to do evening interviews or hopefully take some really good pictures with. Another dry bag because it doesn't weigh anything. And for this trip, I'm taking 5 64 gigabyte SD cards and 5 batteries. I don't have a place to charge. I'm not carrying a solar charger on me, so I want to make sure I have enough battery power where I don't have to use my battery bank that I'm going to use just for my cell phone and for the InReach. That's the only thing that that's going to be used for. So I want to make sure that I don't suck energy out of that. So I'm carrying a few extra batteries, and then when I do go back to the truck, after the first few days, I will shell the dead batteries so it'll lighten me up as I go. Well guys, that seems to be all the stuff that I'm bringing with me. Comment down below if you see that I have missed something. By the time I get that comment, I'm already going to realize I missed it because I'm going to be sitting in the woods and be looking around. I'm like, shit, I don't have it. But if this is everything, if there's any more questions that you guys have about the gear that I'm bringing, leave a comment down below and I'll try to respond to you. You guys have been doing a great job. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Jeff Cordero. I'll see you on the next one.